All right, I'm Learned Man, the host of the Kynd Podcast, and I'm live here at Morikami Museum and Japanese Gardens. Let me tell you something. If you've tuned in the first time for the Kynd Podcast, Kynd is spelled with a Y, Kynd, and you ask me why? I'm glad you asked, because kindness starts with you. Being kind to yourself and making sure you're good, and then being kind to everyone else. So today I explored this amazing place, one of my favorite places to be, and I just had an amazing time. So the goal today was to find a random act of kindness, and I did just that. I conducted an amazing on the spot live interview with Julia, and Julia is an amazing young lady, and she has a story to tell. Check this out with me. You're going to love it. Let me know, share your feedback, and I hope this is very meaningful to someone, as it really was to me. Once again, I'm Learned Man, the host of the Kynd Podcast. Let's check it out. All right, Learned Man here, the host of the Kynd Podcast. We're actually here in such an amazing environment. Where are we?
We're at the Morikami Museum and Zen Gardens in Boca Raton, Florida.
All right, and when you look out there, what do you see? What's the first thing that comes to your mind? Just one word.
Just people. The
People.
people that used to be here, because this actually used to be a Japanese colony in South Florida in the late 1800s, early 1900s.
Yep.
And I've learned about it a lot because I've been here for 2 years, coming up on 3 with my family, and we'd come here, and just the fact that people here built this, that this is a remnant of the people that used to be here.
Oh my goodness. I love it. All right, we're going to turn it back over to you. All right, Julia, listen, we're strangers, ran into you. You watched a nice little dance going on because
Yeah.
those were also strangers. But I want to know a little bit about you. I already have your name, Julia. But tell me, you told me you're a student where?
I'm study at Florida Atlantic University. I'm currently in the master's program there in the anthropology department, and I'm concentrating on cultural anthropology. So with anthropology, you have the broader term of anthropology, then you have the 4 subcategories: cultural, archaeological, biological, and linguistics.
Wow.
So most people, when they hear anthropology, they think Indiana Jones, archaeology, that type of stuff.
Of course I do.
But you also have biological. So how does the skeletons of the people tell the stories of where they've been? How did they interact with illness and medicine? Cultural, what are their stories? What's the art? What's the current changing world around us? And linguistics is just language. Language is a part of our culture. It's always been there, even if we may not recognize it.
Right.
It's there. We need to study it.
So you're that this whole thesis and coming out here gives you clearly the statement you talked about people run into
Yeah.
people, and this is Zen when you
Yeah.
come out here. And of course anybody that watches the video and there learns what really happened so long ago, but it's still present and very relevant because this culture, this Japanese culture, keeps it right at the forefront. How do you think that's going to help you as you move forward and getting your degree, finishing your thesis and everything? How do you believe you will benefit from that and helping others?
I think my benefit is a reminder that just because a group of people may not be there anymore doesn't mean their influence isn't
Ooh.
here, doesn't mean that they're not still
Ooh.
interacting with the world in some way, doesn't mean that the way they impacted people
Ooh.
isn't here. This is going to get a little personal, but my mom's cousin, he died before he met me or my brother, but he was such an adventurous person that my mom encouraged me and my brother to be just as adventurous. Sometimes she says a little too adventurous with the stuff we eat. I love beef tongue tacos. My brother loves chicken feet. It's a weird thing.
Well, I can tell you in African American culture, chicken feet is very popular. It definitely growing up, it wasn't something I gravitated to, but mom, dad, and all of that, they cooked it, and it's something very popular in the culture. And it's actually good. I've had it. I just don't go to the store and ask for some chicken feet.
My brother was introduced to it through his girlfriend who was Chinese, so it's very common.
That is
for-
very interesting. I didn't realize the Chinese culture as well. See how information. Now, I will tell you, my podcast is based on kindness,
Yeah.
and I want to tell you what it's about. It's spelled Kynd with a Y, Kynd, because kindness starts with you, and you being kind to yourself, and then worrying about giving that kindness to everyone else. But if you don't take care of yourself, that is what the thing. So, seeing and meeting you today, can you tell someone, a stranger, how could they go about being kind to themselves first?
Don't beat yourself up for making mistakes. Mistakes are a part of being human. Don't beat yourself up if you don't, say you try to attempt something you don't get right the first time. Don't beat yourself up on it. I never get stuff right the first time. In fact, I didn't even start as an anthropology major.
Wow.
I started as a bio major, and I almost flunked out of college because of it. But then I met the Dean of Student Success. He saw in his office, he had all these artifacts from Latin America that I kept looking at. And he was just like, do you like people, like learning about people? And I said, yes. And he handed me a flyer. His wife ran a field school where we spent 5 weeks at a dig site, just learning on site how to do archaeological and anthropological research. And I really enjoyed it. So I switched gears midway through and I ended up succeeding. Took me a while. I fumbled. I constantly fell flat on my face in my first 2 years of college, but I eventually graduated.
It sounds like somebody was kind to you to reinforce that you are important and this is the route that you should go. And kudos to them. When was the last time recently someone said something kind to you?
There's a lot of people that have said kind things to me, but I think my advisor for my thesis said something kind to me recently. She said that she could tell I was always watching of other people because she would just see me on campus and I would just be watching.
I observed that. It was very welcoming because you stayed, we were dancing, we were clowning, and you watched. And then when you walked by, we looked at you and we made eye contact with you and you were able to open and have a very open conversation. You don't know me, I don't know you. And we actually had an opportunity to do this interview because of you watching and us watching. I'm a people watcher. I'm just letting you know. I go to the mall and I culturally look at how different cultures operate, whether it's Asian, Hispanic, Latin, whatever different type of culture. I want to learn because I want to be a better person in helping others. And that's what I believe you will continue to do. So I'm very proud of you. And if you don't hear anything else kind, you keep doing what you're doing because it's making a difference. And I feel it. And I would love, when you graduate, I would love to attend your graduation. And let's stay in touch.
Okay.
Let's just look over by the water and let's walk over by the water. Okay. And we're going to put it on the count of 3. We're just going to wave our hand out there on 3 and just shout kindness. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Kindness. Woo! I love it. Thank you so much. Thanks for tuning in to the Kynd Podcast. I'm your host, Learned Man. And shout out to Julia for taking some time to celebrate life. And we are wishing her well. We will be in touch and let's watch her journey. Looking forward to that graduation. All right. If you're not already subscribing, please go ahead and subscribe. YouTube, Kynd Podcast. KYND. I will see you soon.